Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is afternoon, and that means it's time for snacks. I mean, productivity. Maybe some
No, you had it
productivity.
right the first time.
I had it right the first time. I am starving. I had brunch, but like my blood sugar is talking to me right now, and it's having words.
It's
So
having words.
yeah. So we're gonna get a sprint pretty quick so I can get something to eat.
So,
So, how was y'all's week?
Busy.
exhausting.
Oh, right. I'm Morgan Hazelwood, and this is Doc Coleman and Sako to me. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi to the
Hello,
nice
nice
people.
Sorry. I was like, wait, names and stuff. So,
Mhm.
yeah. I had a meeting with my therapist this week,
Nice.
and she said, hey, we have tried willpower, we have tried ADHD meds. It's time for me to go to a media addiction meeting.
Oh.
Okay.
I have read 400 books this year, not counting rereads and Patreon. It's toxic and it's not great, and so I'm emotionally trying to process this. That like it's time for me to go to an addiction meeting. But yeah, so that's where I am. And also, I would really like to get back to rereading this book because it was really good. and we just rescued the boyfriend, and he's going through trauma and stuff, and it's a very critical moment in the book. But
So this is not new story. This is rereading a story you already know.
oh yeah, it's the one I recommended to Sako like 3 months ago. It's
Mhm.
the Soulbound series, I think, by Turner Haley.
Yeah.
So it's a 7-book series, although there's an ongoing back arc, but each story is resolved in its own arc. So it's not cliffhangers, and it's about a mage who the gods have decided owe them one, and a werewolf. So anyway, yeah. Let's pop into the comments. Sarah made it. Hello, Sarah. And Jen is here. Hello.
Jen.
Victoria. And Juan. Oh my gosh, all the people are here. Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
I like people. So, you know what else I like? Air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
I got invited on a hike with some friends yesterday. And by hike, I mean walk on a nature trail in the shade. It was like 2.5 miles, maybe. And
Mhm.
I almost died.
I believe you.
I'm out of shape, but also like
It was really hot.
yeah, and I'm on thyroid meds, which make me not able to handle the heat even more so.
Oh,
So
not fun.
Mhm.
it was not good. I
No.
was good for the first half, but like it was definitely about 15 minutes longer than I should have gone, and I definitely took a nap when I got back after drinking many cups of water and having lunch. So, because we went out for lunch before we split up. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I almost died. It was, I mean, not literally, but it was not as much exertion as like my face was entirely red, and like yeah,
Yeah, you were not doing well.
I was not doing well. So I give myself permission not to do any even walking outside when it is above 85 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Like
Easy.
80 degrees, maybe even, but yeah.
My weather thing says that it's supposed to rain
Okay.
and then it'll be down to like 85 tomorrow.
Sure.
So we'll see.
Yeah. For our Celsius people, that's like 30 degrees. So
Yep.
I Googled. I didn't know off the top of my head. So
But hey, this is what happens in Maryland and Virginia in June.
yeah.
Not normally. Not normally.
Oh yeah.
Not the
Heat
first day of
waves?
summer. It does not have my car saying 100 degrees on the first day of summer. Usually
Right.
it waits till the dog days of late July, early August to get to 100.
Okay, maybe not to get to 100, but I've
Yeah.
definitely noticed that for many years it's been the weather is nice and pleasant. It's fun to be outside, and then Memorial Day comes along, and you go to Balticon. You spend all weekend in the hotel, and then you come out, and it's like, good Lord, what happened out here? And it's scorchingly hot for about a week and a half, and then sometime around my wife's birthday, the humidity goes through the roof, and you start having problems with your air conditioning and with the drains on your central heating system clogging up and creating tons and tons of condensation and having to deal with it. I know this happens every year, and I hate water damage, and I always look for it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's actually late this year.
Hey, I'm in for getting up to the 80s and 90s. Yes, pushing as hard as it is this weekend is unseasonably hot, I would say.
Unseasonably hot.
But yeah, no, I'm in, the coastal region of Virginia. Usually, mid-June until September, it's going to be hazy, hot, and humid with high in the mid to upper 90s. Chance of afternoon thunder showers. Check back in 3 months for a new forecast.
Yeah.
Like that's what we do here. But like pushing 100 is a lot. So,
my exciting thing for this weekend is that I ordered a car cover for the windshield of my car, so that I won't go out to my car in the afternoon and find out that my steering wheel is too hot to touch.
Yeah. I know that like leather seats are supposed to be like the high-end awesomeness of cars, but I have never liked them. Never wanted them. I would like fabric seats, especially because I wear girl shorts, which don't go down past my knees. And I would like the back of my thighs not to be burnt and like melted to the seat. So
Yeah.
I know you can get like car seat covers, but honestly, I'm okay with fabric and not shelling out extra money for a high-end feature I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
See, the one reason I do like the leather seats is they're willing to install seat heaters for the winter. So you get the leather seats, and then you get fabric covers for them, and you're good.
I'm totally fine with just having an auto car start and giving it 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, popping into the comments, Patrick sends love. Jen also despises the heat and doesn't think it's as bad in Cali.
No, it's not.
No, it's not even kinda. We're going through a heat wave.
That nice breeze off the Pacific, which sometimes causes your wildfires to get out of control, but normally it's cooling.
Yeah. And let's see, what is the humidity outside?
Like 100%.
No, it's actually only 41% right now.
Oh,
but that's because of how hot it is. If it was 10 degrees cooler, it would be 80%.
Yeah.
Because the percentage of humidity is based on how much the air can hold.
Yeah.
And the hotter it is, the more it can hold. So, and that's your basic earth science lesson for today. Let's see. Andy says, welcome to the DMV. For those who aren't local, that's the DC metro region.
Virginia.
Yeah. Yep. DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Virginia, yeah.
Where August shows up in June.
Yeah.
Jen says, we don't have the humidity here, but it's still hot. I don't think I get any of the breeze since Jen's over 2 hours away from the ocean.
Yeah, that would be
right.
Yeah. The only reason I did not die on the walk yesterday was we were in the shade.
Yeah.
So, and I was almost late and I had to stop for gas and I should have just canceled. But, I was like, I'm doing something other than sitting in my house reading. And then I regretted it. So.
You chose the worst day to do it.
I did, but that's when my friends were going. So,
This was not
Yeah.
quite the positive reinforcement you were looking for.
It was. I mean, I got to chat with some really nice people and catch up with some friends.
Yeah.
So,
As
yeah.
they took care of you and made sure you didn't die.
Yeah, yeah. So towards the end of the walk, I stopped to let one of my friends catch up with me and stole half their water from their water bottle. And
Yeah.
that's when I was like, that's when I was done. But we still had to get out of the trail, so I couldn't stop.
Mhm.
hmm
And it was only going to get hotter because we started to walk at 10 and we finished, what, 11:30.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't
We
the
we were
worst
trying
ever.
to avoid the peak of the day, but
hmm
so let's see. Jen says, if my work vehicle didn't have AC, I would melt. I think my AC needs
Recharging.
recharging, but it does cool. Just it didn't get as cold as I wanted, so unclear.
Could
Dwan,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
yeah,
usually an early sign.
yeah. Dwan says, chat with really nice people. I thought we were the nice people. So, fun fact, there's lots of nice people out there, and my stream does not contain the entire uh, roll call of all nice people in the world.
Yep.
Sako has a weird expression.
I just got some terrible fucking news.
Oh no.
Oh.
Why don't we go to stream so you can deal with whatever that bullshit is?
Okay.
So, let me just bring up the timer real quick.
Tab for timer.
Let's get started. So, okay. Present, share screen. There's the timer. And let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. So,
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if we should talk about it or not. I was going to let
No.
you decide. Okay.
Nah.
No,
Not the
that's fine.
time.
Understood. So, I got a snack and lunch, and I'm waiting for my blood sugar to realize it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And also wondering, my
Blood
roommate was
sugar?
looking for, my roommate was looking for the bucket I own, and I don't know where it is, but luckily I had some Lowe's buckets that were holding like rock salt, but the rock salt was still in a bag, so it's a bucket.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh.
was anybody productive during that sprint?
I was.
Yay!
Between consoling my friend and also writing in my Substack.
Sure, because it's Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I talked about my outing on Wednesday, and now I'm talking about. I wish that Substack would let me post live streams.
Yeah.
It is annoying that it won't. I have to put it as a link in the text.
So weird.
Well, that's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
Well, but if you've got like the live stream going to YouTube or something, you can always point to that, and
that's what I'm trying to do.
That will go poof as soon as it's done.
Yeah.
But
sadly, I cannot link the live stream to Substack in any capacity.
So weird.
That sucks.
If live is in the string of address things,
sure.
Then
even if you tiny URL it.
Oh, that I haven't tried.
I'm like, get a cheater link. If it figures that out, I don't know. I guess my other options are to link the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I link to the channel. I link to the episodes that I talk about.
Sure. If it's on a playlist, you can also link that.
Yeah.
So.
Though it's hard in a journal or in a newsletter to make people not skip past it.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess if you link to the channel, but you really wanted the episode, then you have to go back after the episode's done and update the link.
Yeah.
Or people who come by later might actually end up getting the next episode instead of the one that you meant. But
no.
Okay. Depends on the context that it's embedded in, but yeah. But I got some editing done.
Yay!
Slowly crawling through this chapter.
Sure.
What chapter are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have to count them then.
Doesn't the thing I hate do that for you?
I'm on chapter 10. When I compile it and output it, it will number the chapters.
Yeah. My life is spent with too many debug and compiling errors. I don't want to debug and compile my documents.
Yeah. Well, while I'm still working on it, though, it doesn't give me updated chapter numbers, but I can still rearrange the chapters or split one chapter into two, which will change things. But
yeah, gotcha.
So I think I'm about a third of the way through. I don't think I've got quite 30 chapters in this book.
Okay. Progress is progress. So let me pop into the comments real quick.
I've got 29 chapters.
Okay. So you were close. You were so close.
So close.
So close.
First book was 34. So,
I mean, you could always find new cliffhangers and split pre-existing chapters.
yeah.
So popping back to the comments. Hello, Raven.
Hi, Raven.
Jen got 615 words and started laundry. Oh my gosh.
Impressive.
Right?
Jen is prolific, if nothing else.
Very, very much. Victoria is reading Legendborn. Andy sent off 2 short stories to open markets and returned to the great novel edit. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know that feeling.
Jen said that baby kitty needs love today too. She thinks he loves her even though he's a little terror sometimes. I understand that sentiment.
They're often little terrors just to show how much they love you.
Yeah. I mean, Catechus hasn't made me bleed in like a week and a half.
Oh,
It must be sick.
Right?
No.
Because the feel away is freshly replaced and I trimmed his nails.
oh, good.
Yeah,
So,
we put
he-
in feel away to try to keep Trill from shredding her own fur.
Oh.
And it's still not sure if it's working yet, but I'm finding fewer balls of random hair just everywhere.
Fingers crossed. I had a cat who would also lose his fur. So he was on medication for that.
Mm.
So I was going to say something, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to derail you, but
Nope, that's fine.
It was the feel away place to talk.
It totally was. So let's see. Nikki is here. Hello and welcome. Nikki is working on filling out index cards with each beat for each chapter.
Nice.
Very nice. And Jen now has a spray bottle for the first time in their life as a cat owner. Yeah. I'm not sure how much of it is Catechus play aggression and the fact combined with the fact this is my first indoor only cat, because all my other cats I've let in and out. So they've been able to work off that aggression in more productive and probably murderous ways. Wait, it's only murder if it's your own species, right? Otherwise it's hunting.
Murder beast.
Don't know.
So, right? I mean, they have to be sentient in order for it to be murder. Unless it's a bunch of crows. But
And then they're always a murder. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be her till 6:30. Oh, Ravens claims it's only hunting if they're eating the kill. I don't know. I think you can hunt things and not eat them.
Yeah, they can hunt them and present them to you as gifts, and then it's up to you to eat the kill. So it's still hunting.
Yeah. So Jen says this one is just over a year old and super curious. Just needs a little molding.
Upside the head.
Yeah. So I have had people be like, you need to, aggressively chastise him. And I'm like, that just lets him know that he should aggressively chastise me. And then we get into a war of escalation. So no. Wrong temperament for this cat.
Yeah.
So anyway, Catechus did get his gushy food today. So.
And there was much rejoicing.
I mean, and then he asked for second gushy food, which is sort of like rejoicing, only
they don't know about second gushy food.
Oh. He thinks I don't know about second gushy food. He is willing and eager to tell me all about it.
All about it.
So, but let's see. What do y'all say about another sprint?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Let's reset the clock. And let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka chaka. So I ate chocolate chip cookies in red. I do not regret any of my choices.
Okay.
I mean, they're the chunky Chips Ahoy.
Oh, not had those in ages.
I'm a fan of the. I prefer my cookies crunchier than chewy.
Oh,
So,
I
I know.
I prefer chewy cookies. So if I'm going to have chocolate chip cookies, I'm usually like getting them at Wegmans or Costco or something.
Sure. And I understand people can be wrong and enjoy other cookies and leave more for me. So that's fine.
If wanting chewy cookies is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I mean, we both can agree on chocolate chip cookies, though.
Yeah.
So I would send you chocolate chip cookies if I could. Here, let me try and shove them through the camera. Did you get them? No.
And Sage is Dewan is with me. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we have to poll who is chewy versus crunchy on when it comes to cookies. And does anyone not like chocolate chip cookies?
People allergic to chocolate don't like chocolate chip cookies. That's
I like both.
Discounting allergies. I mean, I won't not eat a chewy chocolate chip cookie. I just
prefer them crunchy.
You just like that crunch.
I think they both have merits.
Yeah.
Both the crunchy and the soft.
Yeah.
So if it has both of those things, oh my god, that's the perfect cookie.
But there is a point where crunchy is too crunchy, and there's a point where chewy is too chewy, and it's like it's unbaked dough. Wait a minute, that has its own
when
quality.
It becomes unbaked dough. It's basically yeah.
I'm glad I could at least share the intention of chocolate chip cookie. So.
Oh, hi Sage.
Sage also agrees. Yes.
Yeah. You want chewy or crunchy? Yes.
So Jen prefers chewy straight from the oven.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to say there is a difference between a chewy chocolate chip cookie and a chocolate chip cookie that has yet to fully harden and is still gooey.
Yes.
Straight from the oven, still gooey, has its own
it's its own class. It's the best of both worlds.
I mean, so. And Jen is like, yes, chewy from the oven, but will also not turn down a crunchy cookie.
Yeah.
So, Victoria is chewy in the middle, crispy on the outside. Just can't do soft chew cookies.
Yeah.
There are some that I've gotten out of vending machines or whatever, and you get them and they just kind of droop. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't like cookies that droop.
But by a similar reasoning, I don't like it when I go to bite into a chocolate chip cookie and it's so crispy that I don't bite into it as I apply pressure and it shatters between my teeth. Sending shrapnel into my face.
Brittle and crunchy are two different things.
Yeah.
So, but I do have a technique where I lick the edge so the crumbs don't fall off after I bite into it. It's
okay.
I mean, I also prefer to eat ridged potato chips because you can eat them by the row.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not one row at a time, but also they have better structural integrity for dipping.
Yes, they do.
So
sometimes
the quality ones do.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the thickness, but
yeah. Jen says that sugar-free cookies are nothing like real ones. I'm so sorry. Dwan enjoys crunchy cookies for milk dunking. I actually don't dunk my cookies. I think it falls in the same category as I don't put milk on my cereal. I eat dry cereal.
Oh.
I think it comes from toddlerhood of don't make things touch and also being a super slow eater as a child. So the cereal would have dissolved by the time I got to it. Mm-hmm. And that's bleh. But yeah, it's a texture thing. And if you milk dunk, they get chewier and that's not my jam.
Mm-hmm.
So Sage is with me, pro structural integrity.
Got to know where their structural carbs are, right?
Right? So Raven says what he likes in a cookie largely depends on his mood at the time.
Yeah.
So you're polycopious.
Sage eats burgers upside down for structural integrity. I've never tried that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I can tell you, this is gonna sound wrong in all the wrong ways. But for like hot dogs and stuff, I prefer bottoms instead of toppings. Because if you put like the relish and the ketchup and stuff in the bun and then add the hot dog, it's not gonna slide off the top. You're not gonna get messy if somebody like bumps into you, but the food it's still in the bun. So when you bite, it's in there. So you put your toppings on first and then the hot dog.
So you bottom your hot dogs.
I do.
Okay.
As I said, get your mind out of the gutter. So
where else does my mind go? Come on.
I mean, it lives there. I understand it lives there. And if my mind wasn't in the gutter, I couldn't have warned you to get out of it. So,
and you wouldn't have understand any of these jokes either. So.
Yeah. So anyway.
But that's not this stream. That's a different stream.
Yeah. Nikki says Ruffled chips taste better than Lay's. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Victoria said their brother would make fun of them for eating burgers upside down, but they're now vegetarian, so it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Raven considers himself henceforth as polyconfectionary.
Polyconfectionary.
Yes, Sage says it's because the bottom bun gets soaked with all the juices and gets weaker, so turn the burger upside down and the top bun carries the burger. Yeah.
Yep.
You can minimize with like toasting the bun and like a layer of like mayonnaise or Miracle Whip or something to like insulate the bread from getting too soggy, as long as it's not like sitting in a pile of grease.
I guess this also depends
or
on
like
whether
a layer of lettuce.
Depends on whether or not you put like pickles on your hamburger, and if you put them on top of the burger or if you put them on the bun before you put the burger on the bun.
See, it depends. If they're super juicy, I think you have to put them on top of the burger, otherwise it'll soak through the bun, unless you want pickle flavored buns, which some people do.
If I'm going to put lettuce, tomato, pickles on a burger, I put them on top of the burger, but then the bottom bun is more structurally sound because the juice from the tomato and the pickles gets absorbed into the top bun. So it also depends on the kind of bun. If you're doing like pretzel bun or something, then the top will probably be more structurally sound.
Yeah, pretzel. I mean, it's because it's got that egg wash layer on the outside, so it's harder for juices to penetrate.
So welcome to another world of food science.
Right. Duan is on team toast the buns. Oh yeah, toast these buns. Sorry.
That's a different video.
There's
OnlyFans.
Right. Only buns. Duan says there's a friction layering technique to control sliding of toppings. Yeah. Because on a bun, it's not going to slide, but like the toppings, as soon as you put them on a hot dog, slide down the sides because hot dogs are smooth because of the casing for the sausage meat. So Sage agrees. Right. Toasting helps, but if it is a super juicy burger, yeah. Pickled flavor buns. Oh wow. Not that type of channel. And I have apparently threatened one with a good time. So I mean,
it just made me realize that I've always been one for putting I know some people will find this a heresy, but I've always been one for putting ketchup and mustard on my hot dogs. But usually I put that on top and then I spin the hot dog so that it mixes together.
Okay. When I butter toast, I like the toast to not be fresh out of the toaster, but to still be warm, because cold toast is just hard and dry and whatever. But like when I was a kid, I perfected the putting on the layer of, I guess, margarine, not butter, and jelly and swirling the two. Because if you put on the butter instantly or the margarine, it dissolves into the bread, and A, makes it soggy, and B, it makes buttery toast, but it doesn't make buttered toast where like the toast is incorporate it into the bread instead of on the bread.
So you don't want like liquid butter melted into your
I
bread
don't.
as much as you want to be able to smoothly spread the butter across
Yes.
and have a coating of obvious butter on top of the bread.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand people who can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches without toasting the bread, because the peanut butter spreads so much better when the toast is warm.
And it's got more structural ability to stand up to the peanut butter.
It may also be because I like my peanut butter chunky. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do smooth, and I don't do so much that it weighs the bread down.
Sure. So, popping way back in the comments, Nikki actually got some work done.
Oh, yay.
Before getting into the cookie discussion, got 4 or 5 index cards filled, and is on team soft and thick for the chocolate chip cookies.
Yes, cookies. That's what she's doing for.
Oh my.
We're making Jen hungry. And Raven is like, cold toast is just a very large crouton. Fun fact, buttery croutons are delicious.
Okay.
Well, for the same reason that toast with butter is also delicious.
A friend of mine, my brother-in-law, makes mac and cheese and has had a lot of croutons, and I'm not a huge mac and cheese person. I'll eat it. It's fine. Whatever. But he mixes with croutons, and I love the croutons, and he'll make it gluten-free, in which case he has to make his own croutons, because my roommate is gluten-free and a couple of our other friends. And so he'll toast the bread and make it all buttery, and it's so good. And I'm like, would you like some mac and cheese and just let me eat the croutons off the top? I'm a carbivore.
Yep.
So you did not derail us, Sage.
No. You read the label on the tin. This is a snack-driven stream.
100% snack-driven. Sage agrees it's a textural thing. Yeah. And Dwan says, I don't know if this is a stream I signed up for, but I'm down. If we're talking about food peculiarities, this is when I say I like my nachos with the chips on the side.
I do too.
Okay.
That way the chips maintain their structural integrity, and you can make sure there's the same amount of nacho and toppings on each chip because you're dipping it. I mean, that's why 7-layer dip is so popular. Because
I was going to say, that's why we call it 7-layer dip with chips on the side.
Yeah. So now I want some. I went to a Mexican restaurant, and my boyfriend talked me out of ordering nachos with the chips on the side, but I still have regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't that just what? Raven doesn't see the point of nachos? Like, the chips are the toppings.
She's so upset.
You apparently have not had the deliciousness that is nachos ever before in your life.
Anyway, Victoria says, isn't that yes, not nachos. I mean, if the cheese is melted, and still gooey, then I would say it's still nachos. Because usually the dip is cold, you know.
Mm-hmm. I like the way that Chili's does their nachos, with their neat little, a chip has a layer of beans. And then a layer of cheese, and then a layer of meat, and then a layer of
I don't like the
jalapeno.
Beans, so
that they individually craft each nacho,
and then one at a time on
what I really miss are the nachos that I used to have at this place where my sister and a high school boyfriend, early college boyfriend of hers, and I would go to play pool, and it was so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And that was years ago, and they're probably not open anymore.
Probably.
So, anyway, writing, you get it. Sage says, gonna have to side with Raven, but Sage is South African, so doubt we have good nachos.
Yeah, I know.
Andy's like, not getting involved. My wife saw how I made nachos and called it Mexican lasagna.
Well,
That's how I would do it too.
Yeah, Andy's like, that terminology is probably the only way you could get me to eat nachos. But
Mexican lasagna.
If it works,
yeah.
it works. No.
I'm a recovering salsa shark. I find I crave chips and salsa a lot more when I was hitting the gym regularly, probably due to craving salt.
Salt, yeah.
Salsa's really good.
Dwan enjoys tachos as well, which I assume are all the toppings on tater tots.
Yep.
Yes. They're so good.
I've never had tachos, but I do really love tater tots and nachos, so I can see how it could be amazing.
Sonic does something close.
Okay.
They do chili tots with cheese.
Ooh.
And
okay.
I'm always sad when they're gone.
Sure.
Yeah. I know of a couple other places that do topped tater tots of various styles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I hear about things like tater tots or whatever getting toppings, I just start thinking about Waffle House.
Yeah.
The Waffle House, for those who don't know, it's a Southern a diner thing. They do.
It's a diner, yeah.
Yeah, they do breakfast food. And you know, they're usually
Tuttle House is the one where it's mostly dinner.
Yeah. So it's super cheap and super low end, and the clientele usually reflects that.
Yeah, no
Industrial
shit.
strength greasy spoon diner.
I once left my ex-husband at one as collateral because we'd gone clubbing and forgotten our wallets, and I had to go back. And it was near the nearby military base, and he may have seen 3 drug deals go down before I came back to pick him up. But hey, they took him as collateral, and we got home in one piece. It was fine. It was fine.
Good.
So
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Dwan, like you gotta take me.
Dwan says there's a place called Rec Bar. Great tachos.
Yes, please to be taking me to Rec Bar.
I think the requirement here is to have a remote location stream.
Well, we will be in Louisville
Yeah.
in July, so we'll be
in less than a month. I really should put it on the work calendar.
Yeah. So, I was going to ask, like, are we going back Monday or Tuesday?
Let me double check my schedule and my vacation leave.
Okay.
Bank. So
I hope to be doing that next year, but
yeah.
Too many things this year to squeeze it in.
I understand. So Sage and Raven, who were on nachos, think tachos sound pretty good, and Sage squeezed for Kitty.
Yep.
Because I mean, obviously, it's time for our mandatory cat content.
Dun, dun, mandatory cat content.
Real mandatory cat.
Did I ever tell you I almost got my honorary dad card taken away? My sister. When my sister got married to her current husband, he made the joke because my sister is Amanda, and I had never made the "it's a mandatory" joke. 30 plus years of my life had never made the mandatory joke. Usually got distracted with Demanda.
Mm-hmm.
Demanda.
Such a lost opportunity.
I know. I was this close to losing my honorary dad joke card. Like this close. Mm-hmm. It was a miracle I managed to keep it. So Sage gets it. Gasp. So, but I earned my way back, and I'm holding my honorary dad card. Dad joke card.
Close to your heart.
Close to my heart, yeah. So, what do y'all say about another sprint?
I think we have just enough time for another sprint.
Okay.
Then it is time for one. Yeah.
Ooh. 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka laka.
Come on. Ah.
Go.
Not working for me.
And we're back. That was our last sprint of the day. Tessa swung by. Hello. I'm glad you had a lovely nap. So Catechus was demanding a lot of attention during that stream. So how was y'all's sprint?
I think I'm almost done. I just got a couple of links to do and a couple of lines to finish up.
And I started up chapter 11 and actually got through the first short scene there. So making progress.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Me, I read and entertained Catechus just enough that he didn't leap at me. So,
Nice.
Like,
okay.
Look, he settled on the couch behind me.
Yep, he's lurking behind you.
So, and I promised him he can have some lap time after the stream because he hasn't had any today. And I mean, I'm a horrible mama, but he will get his lap time, and maybe he'll let me up before 11. We'll see.
Put on a movie. You'll be fine, right?
I'll probably just read. But no, he likes lap time. He's a huge fan of it. He's a snugglebug. So.
I miss having a lap cat. I mean, Trill periodically goes and climbs up onto my chest, but it's not the same as having a cat that just climbs into your lap and settles down and is just happy to be there for a while.
And just like the purrs, so many purrs. He's just so happy when he's in his mama lap. Like, I mean, yeah. Usually in the afternoons, he'll get between me and my work laptop and just sit there. And like, if I go sit on the couch, he's like, okay, mama lap, nap time. Yes. So clearly it's his, you've been at the computer too long, mama. And also, how can I get my Android autocorrect to spell mama MOMMA instead of MAMA?
I don't know. Basically, you teach it MOMMA.
Yeah, I correct it all the time, and I've had this phone a couple of years, and I'm like, come on, I always correct you. Can you not figure? Basically, Android used to, adapt and learn, and now it doesn't. And
now it's just evil.
Yeah, just like they used to have voice autocorrect options. Now they just have swipe-o autocorrect options, even if you were speaking aloud. Which is ridiculous because things that swipe similarly are not things that sound similarly necessarily. And it's not that I resent what they are doing. It's that they used to have better functionality and they took it away.
Yeah.
So Dwan says it's waiting
for Apple to catch up.
Yeah.
You say so.
Victoria got to page 93 in Legendborn. Awesome.
Okay.
And Jen is jealous of Tessa's nap. I mean, aren't we all, really?
Aren't we all? It's a Sunday.
It is. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoons are made for naps, right?
It is known. Curling up with a book and falling asleep.
A book and a cat.
Oh, it'd be even better.
Chocolate.
Oh, I was going to say, like, a soft thunderstorm or like the rain pattering down.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So
I will put up the ambiance on my TV if I'm napping in the living room.
Sure. As long as I don't have to pee.
Yeah. Then it's a problem, especially if the cat's on top of you. Right?
Sure. So, anyway, we are about out of time. You want to tell people who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and the moon?
And the moon. I'm Sako Toomey, and I write and I do a lot of things, but mostly I am on a podcast with the moon or Dwan L. Hearn. This past week, we interviewed Steve Zimmer, who is a publisher in his own right, as well as runs his own convention and a bunch of books and etc. etc. And this coming week we are picking apart the psychology of fear.
Ooh.
If you want to see the after shows where I get super spacey and we act like idiots and yeah, for an hour, you might want to join our Patreon. It's super cheap, and yeah, give us a look, Sako and the Moon.
Awesome. Doc?
And I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you're interested in finding out more about me and my works, just go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also enable you to find my Amazon author page, where you can see all of my currently published works and look at samples of them and decide if they're right for you or someone you love.
Raven would really thinks, especially in this heat, rain would be a nice chase of pace.
It really would.
Pace. And Dwan waves from the audience. Hello.
Yep.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am a on hiatus blogger, vlogger, and still mostly a podcaster. I do these live streams every Sunday afternoon. I miss like maybe once a quarter. And this week's past episode on writing tips and writerly musings was character creation, 8 tips for getting to know your characters. And coming up this week is going to be imaginary creatures, real biology, how to create something but still base it in reality so that the biology works, even if it takes a little magic to get there. So
it's alive.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you had a good week. I hope your air conditioning keeps working if you need it, and we'll see you next week. Catch